Hello, welcome back to the We Are City channel for an episode of our FC25 group. And on the end of the last episode, we left you guys on a bit of a cliffhanger as who will to come in to replace Jack Grealish in the squad after a big £60 million move to Bayern Munich in the January transfer window. He wanted out, he forced his way out, he got his way out. We need to go into the market. I've made my decision. The choice is made, and we are going to sign a replacement. But let's find out who it's going to be. We'll make a decision on signing a new winger. I went back to 2018 to when Manchester City on deadline day needed a new forward player. City made offers for Riyad MAHREZ, an African winger, a left footer in the Premier League who'd been very good at Leicester City, even won the title with them at the end. City made a deal for him, tried to make a deal for him, it fell through. They wanted 95 million. In the end, he came in the summer, but City did make the move in that January transfer window for that player. And I have found a similar sort of player I want to bring into Manchester City, and that is Brentford's Bryan Mbeumo. 26 years of age, around the age City signed Riyad MAHREZ back in 2018. He's valued at around 33.5 million. He's got 86 pace. He's a very skillful player, can play on the right hand side, can play at strike as well, which I really do like, with Kyogo Fudiashi in the latter stages of his career. Bryan Mbeumo could be really good in that position as a backup to Erling Haaland as well. He's more of a false nine forward, but he has that ability to play there. He's got that quality to play there, and he's very versatile as well, isn't he? Like a Riyad MAHREZ, I think he also can play more centrally in a creative role as well. Now you can see his stats here. I mean, 90 agility, 18 acceleration, 85 sprint speed, so he's quick. That's something that we want in our wide players who can also play through century. He's also very, very technically gifted. I mean, look at that, 84 shot power, 81 long shots, good penalty. Volleys, curve, short passing, very decent as well. Good finisher, a good dribbler, a decent crosser, good ball control as well. I do think he has those shades of Riyad MAHREZ about him in a different way, but a way that we can use in this Manchester City side. So we're going to go and sign our new Riyad MAHREZ. We agree a £38.5 million deal with Brentford, which I think is very good for a player of Mbeumo's quality. I think that is a realistic deal. Maybe not at that price. I do think Brentford would be asking 50 million plus, but I don't know if he's out of contract pretty soon, Bryan Mbeumo. And one interesting story about the Cameroonian is that he actually played for Troyes before he signed for Brentford. Troyes, who are now one of Manchester City's sisters clubs, so they will have known a little bit about him maybe before that. I think he was actually there before City signed and joined Troyes and agreed a deal to buy them. But yeah, isn't that quite interesting as well? So Bryan Mbeumo to Manchester City, deal agreed. He arrives at deadline day, on deadline day at the City training ground at the CFA, which is massive, a massive deal to sign a player, a Premier League quality player, someone who is one of the highest rated not younger players, but performers in the Premier League anyway. And I do think he can have that sort of Riyad MAHREZ impact on this side. He'll join 6 months earlier than Riyad MAHREZ did. He joined in the summer, but I think he can have a massive impact in this side here for Pep Guardiola, with Jack Grealish leaving and join Bayern Munich. So a £38.5 million deal. We do get a price rating of an A for that. No surprises there. I think they probably think we can probably get him cheaper. They say we could have got him for 36 million. I think that was very difficult to sign him for that. I'm uncertain on what number to give him. I know that they could give him the number 10 shirt, but I've given the number 18. He wore the 19 at Brentford, so it's just a bit under that. And we are going to train him as a right winger, just purely as a winger. But there's definitely areas of his game he can improve on. But Bryan Mbeumo, welcome to Manchester City. And I'm so excited to what he can achieve under Pep Guardiola in this exciting City side. We see there's some of the biggest deals so far in the January transfer window. Jack Grealish to Bayern Munich, 60 million is the biggest one. Bayern sold Leroy Sané for 55 million to Bayer Leverkusen to a rival. And there is Bryan Mbeumo moving to Manchester City for 38.5 million. That is also a very big transfer in the window so far. The top deals, however, Restes to Lyon for 40 million. 4 hours remain, and I think we have done all the business we plan to do. Let's advance and see if there is anything else in the last 4 hours in a busy deadline day at Manchester City. Deadline day is over. The squad is complete. Let's finish off this season now with a completed squad in style. And there you can see Man City announced the departure of 30-year-old Jack Grealish to Bayern Munich for 60 million, 135,000 per week. He takes a big cut in his wages, but he is going to go and play for Vincent Kompany's side and hopefully have a good start to his career somewhere else, playing with Harry Kane now in Germany. What's in store for today's episode then? After a massive signing of Bryan Mbeumo, we will play Arsenal to start the episode off away in the Emirates FA Cup. It is then Leicester at home to simulate, Bournemouth away and Chelsea away we will play, leaving us with a game against Leeds United at home, but we have the Champions League draw in around this area, which I think will probably take over at some point. So definitely those 3 games, that 4th one, the Leicester game simulated, but let's see what else might be in store for today's episode later on. This is side for Arsenal in the FA Cup after a red card against, or a yellow card anyway, too many yellow cards. Rodri is suspended for this one, so no Rodri. King doesn't make the squad, new signing, but new man in Bournemouth does add a Sidibe as a defensive midfielder on the bench today. This is how we go with the Terra start single. It's captain Diaz, Akanji and Vardiol in the back three. Varela partners Rico Lewis in the midfield two, with Savinho on the right and Jeremy Doku on the left. Baena and Echivere support Erling Haaland up top. The bench is strong, the team is strong, and hopefully it can get a win and knock out rivals the Premier League and also rivals the FA Cup in this season, Arsenal. So here at the Emirates Stadium for FA Cup action, Manchester City versus Arsenal. Last season we went on to win the FA Cup, but in the Carabao Cup we were knocked out in the quarter-final stage by this Arsenal side. This time we look to go through. They're going to go full strength, I am sure. We've got a 1-1 draw at the Etihad against them, a 2-2 draw away at the Emirates against them so far in the Premier League. I think that was, or maybe the other way around. So it's been very close between the two sides. Erling Haaland with a hat-trick, apparently in his previous FA Cup game. I don't know if that is correct. I don't know if I remember that. But here at the Emirates today, we're looking for a Haaland hat-trick. We've got Baena in there. Echivere, who's in fantastic form, scoring hat-tricks himself. And perhaps we see Brian Mbeumo make his debut off the bench against this Arsenal side. This is the Arsenal start 11 then, with Frimpong today at right back and Trossard in the wide area. So that is definitely a chance for Jeremy Doku to get at him. Declan Rice, White, Jesus on the bench. But yes, Frimpong does start at right back. That means a very attacking choice from coach Mikel Arteta. The play he's been put in has been fantastic, and Savinho's still got inside here. And Savinho pulls it back to Haaland here. On the turn, Erling Haaland! Blocked away behind for a corner. But how well has Savinho been doing at the moment? Back onto Martinelli here. Too much space for him. Angie out to Martinelli. Martinelli hits one here, and Michael's a terror. Forced to make a save and tip it over the bar. Well, he's not going to beat Frimpong for pace. Frimpong's pretty quick himself. Doku. He's standing off him. Baena's made a run here. And Baena lifts one into the far post to Savinho, who flicks it to Echivere. And Manchester City have the lead over Arsenal. It's Echivere again. And it is another assist for Savinho on the far side. And some might question the decision to sell Jack Grealish, to let Grealish go, considering we have Florian Wirtz and Phil Foden, our two creative and goal-scoring maestros, out at the moment injured. But, that being said, I think Baena and Echivere have really stepped up. What a ball in. Pulled back to him by Savinho. It's Baena's ball in, pulled back by Savinho to Echivere. A free header, another goal for him. Rico Lewis across, back out they go. Partey again, there's so much space for Havertz one way. Kanji in the box, got to be careful on Partey there. Martin Odegaard. Odegaard with a hit here, gets saved by Zatera. Just so tricky at the moment, Savinho. And he's past Tierney as well, Savinho. Brilliant. Back onto Echivere, who makes it 2-0, he's offside. But Claudio Echivere at the moment, he's looking like a superstar has been born here at Manchester City. Now he's bigger and stronger than quite a few of the players. He's gone to the far post here. Arsenal do get the end of it. Havertz puts it behind for a corner. Too much on it by Baena on the cross, but he's got a corner opportunity now, Baena. And he just swinging in towards Alan Varela with a header off Saliba. Into the hands of Karl Hein, the goalkeeper. Flicks it round Tierney with great skill against Savinho. Savinho pulls the trigger, save by Hein, behind for a corner. Brilliant again by him. He's just in such good form at the moment. Creatively. Rico. Akanji with the overhead kick and a save by Karl Hein. Rico with a poor pass though. Anyway, Akanji in there. Defeat by Havertz. Half time, City lead by 1-0. Echivere on the score sheet again. But I feel like it should be more. Towards Haaland there by Baena, but it's a poor pass. City trying to move things a little bit too quickly. Vardiol beaten by Martinelli. It's only 1-0 City. And it could be 1-1 here as Kai Havertz equalises. Poor defending by Manchester City. Joshua Vardiol dives in. They're open, very open. Over Zatera into the back of the net. Nowhere near the level of Ederson is Michael Zatera. It's 1-1 now, and that's frustrating for Manchester City. Good play by Varela though. Echivere here. Onto Savinho. Through to Haaland. Haaland with space here. Haaland with space and a chance, and he cracks the post. And he should score, Haaland there. The wide man a few times, but he can't get it. Doku. Mikel Merino. Havertz. Good challenge by Ruben Diaz. Oh, Vardiol, and a bad mistake there. Oh, Diaz gets a foot in. It could fall to Kai Havertz here. Michael Zatera comes and smothers it really well. The referee thinks not. And it's now debut time for Brian and Bournemouth. So Declan Rice is coming on for Thomas Partey. Oscar Bob for Jeremy Doku. And Claudio Echeverri off for Brian and Bournemouth. His debut. Former Brentford man. Brought in January. Havertz gets on the end of this one ahead of Diaz. It's past the post. Oscar Bob. On the line to Bournemouth. It's a poor ball from Bob. It is 1-1 at half time. And I think that is extra time in the Emirates FA Cup that beckons here at the Emirates. Ryan in Bournemouth still. He's past the fullback Kivior. And Bournemouth taken down here. Free kick Manchester City. A tackle from behind on the new man. And that should be a yellow card for Kivior. It's a really bad challenge by him. It is a yellow card. And a free kick for City in a good position. Bayena over it. Good cross in here. Cause big trouble for Arsenal. Bayena in. Howell against Frimpong! And he heads it over the bar. And behind to Bournemouth. Into Haaland here. Touch. Haaland shoots! Good save by Hein. And behind for a corner. Maximo Piron comes on for Manchester City for tired legs, as does Kyowa Fudiashi for Erling Haaland, so he will not be on for the penalties if that's the case. It's the Kanji. Past Manu. Back towards Trossard. Diaz and Akanji across. He's done both from here. Havertz. Wrong side of Akanji. Havertz tries one. And puts it into Rose Ed. Tries the spectacularly outside the boot. Against the Bournemouth. That is full time. It's penalties to decide the winner between Manchester City and Arsenal, unfortunately. So first penalty from Kai Havertz against... This man's a terror, and he makes the first save. Come on. Oscar Bob. We always miss the first penalty. But not this time, as Bob scores to make it 1-0 Manchester City. Trossard against the terror. And he sends us the wrong way. Unlucky. Alex Bayena. Bottom left, please. Bayena beats the goalkeeper Hein. 2-1 City. Gabriel Jesus. Oh, right down the middle. Zatera doesn't read it. And Bournemouth on his debut. And Bournemouth slams one in. 3-2 City. We need Arsenal to miss another one if we can. Declan Rice. Sends in the wrong way. Zatera. Matheus Nunes. We've just got to do our job. Top right. Nunes scores. 4-3 Arsenal have got to score this one. Mikel Merino. Zatera reads it, but he can't get there. It's all on Alan Varela for Manchester City. Varela saved! And it's down to sudden death. Erdegaard versus Zatera. Oh, I went the right way. He doesn't get there. Kyogo. Fudiashi saved, and we're out the FA Cup. No treble for Manchester City, because we're out the FA Cup. Arsenal do it again. And Manchester City lose on penalties again. Kyogo misses, as he regularly does from the spot. And City are out. So disappointing again. Good news for us and the squad. Phil Foden is ready to start getting back into the training sessions. And hopefully soon, he'll be ready to play for City's first team again. We desperately need him. Up next for Manchester City was Leicester City at home in the Premier League. A 4-0 win, a clean sheet and 4 goals. Erling Haaland gets himself a hat-trick. Echeverri somehow gets himself a red card for 2 yellows. And Alex Bayena seals the deal in the 79th for 4-0. Unfortunately, Echeverri suspended, but Manchester City certainly in good form at the moment. Well, a disappointing defeat for Arsenal against Brentford means they drop down into 3rd position and perhaps are out with the title race. Not quite sure on that one. After 25 games played, Manchester City and Spurs level on points on 56, but we are way ahead on goal difference thanks to goals scored. Today's game is Chelsea, 6th place Chelsea on 44 points, who held us to a draw at the Etihad. Away at Stamford Bridge is going to be very difficult for City, who need to keep up this perfect record, or Spurs just might jump us into 1st place. Well, this is signed for Chelsea today. In goal will start Edison. It's going to be Diaz, Akanji and Vardy on the back 3, with captain Roger and Rico Lewis in the midfield 2. Doku on the wide left and Savinho on the wide right, with Brian Mbeumo making his first start at the club alongside Haaland and Bayena in that forward trident, you could say. On the bench, youngster Joshua King comes in for a suspended Echivere. Sidibe not today because we've got Piron, Varela, who are defensive players. Phil Foden still unfortunately not sharp enough or fit enough to get in the side. He's back in training. Vert's also still out as well. But a strong enough bench, really. King might even get a bit of a game today. I'm not quite sure. Depends how the game goes. I suspect, though, it's going to be a very difficult game for Manchester City today against a very good Chelsea side, despite being in 6th position. So Stamford Bridge, Manchester City versus Chelsea. League leaders who are ahead just on goal difference against 6th place Chelsea, fighting for a European spot under Enzo Maresca. The chance again today to showcase their quality against Manchester City, which they've already showcased once this season at the Etihad Stadium. City know 3 points is massive here today. So it's the Chelsea side line up in this 4-2-3-1 formation. Philip Jorgensen is the goalkeeper. The back line is Trevor Chalobah, Adebayo, Fofana and Cucurella. Lavia and Ochubu partner in the midfield too, with Alex Scott, Cole Palmer and Raheem Sterling supporting Christopher Nkunku up top. Yusuf Moukoko, Madueke and options like that are on the bench. He can't get there, and Cole Palmer into the box. Lavia with a strike, saved by Edison. And somehow he gets there before Nkunku. Just pumps it long and in behind. Back into Rico Lewis. Rico. Like to Savinho, it's a nice ball. Savinho, past Cucurella, Savinho at the near post. Big block by the defender, Badiashile. I think it was, or perhaps even Tosin. Cross in. Vardiol with a header. And it's up and over the bar. Good chance for Joshua Vardiol, but poor execution. Bayena. Round to Doku here. Kill for Chelsea. Doku pulls it back towards Haaland. Doku pulls the trigger. Doku again. Chelsea away, Haaland. Pulls it up. Rico Lewis. Locked away by Chelsea behind for a corner. He does do, and Bayern drags Doku into a bit of space here. Doku down the wide area. Doku pokes it through Jorgensen. And City have the lead at Stamford Bridge. And that is a massive goal for Jeremy Doku. Big goal for City as well. He's sometimes not the best of goal scorers, Doku. But here, he just starts going. You think he's going to Haaland, but no, he pokes it through the legs of Jorgensen. It's a clever finish by the Belgian. Don't know how many goals he's got this season, but I think it's under. I'd like my wingers and, to get 10 goals, 10 assists. I always say that. And Chelsea moved the ball so quickly. Akanji, wrong side of Nkunku. Trying to pull him down. He does recover pretty well. Raheem Sterling, Manu Akanji, the big challenge on Sterling. A fight at the ball there, the Swissman. They're saying it's a foul on Raheem Sterling. It's a yellow card for Akanji. Well, if he doesn't get the ball here, it's a red. I mean, it's hard to tell from that angle, isn't it? Very hard to tell from that angle. I thought he got the ball there, Manu Akanji, personally. Doku. Onto Rodri, great pass. In behind to Savinho. Brilliant pass as well. Savinho! Saved by Jorgensen. Played by Savinho. City holding on to it a little bit better here. Trying to create something. Right to Savinho again here. Near post by Savinho. Haaland is there with a header. And it's thumped behind for a goal kick. Poor header by Erling Haaland, really. And Bournemouth chases. Haaland gets it back. Into Brian Bournemouth. Nice feet from Bournemouth. Savinho. And Bournemouth. Onside. And Bournemouth. And Bournemouth! What a debut goal from Brian Bournemouth. What a debut goal. Well, he's one of our poorest performer on the field according to the stats. And there you go. He goes and scores a debut goal for Manchester City. His first start and his first goal. Works down his far side, drives in there, past Cucurella, and then he hits it, narrow angle, finds the back of the net. This touch here to take it round and behind Cucurella is brilliant. You think he's going to fall over. Maybe he could even win a penalty. Brilliant from Bournemouth, 2-0 Manchester City. Debut goal for the man from Brentford. John Stones wide to Bournemouth. He's up against a few players here in Bournemouth. He's absolutely burnt them in Bournemouth. And he's off here, the Cameroonian in Bournemouth. And Bournemouth. Brian Bournemouth off the post to make it 3. Route 1 to Haaland here. Holds it up well. Wide to Savinho. Savinho. Back to Haaland, who can't put it in the back of the net. Here's Nkunku. On towards Raheem Sterling. Vardiol slides in a big position there. Doesn't win the ball. Diaz in as well. Sterling. Past Stones. Raheem Sterling makes it 2-1. And we're going to have to try and hang on here. That is poor by City. I mean, Sterling letting him go through like that. John Stones, who feels a little finished, doesn't he, John Stones? Finished by Sterling, no clean sheet. It feels like Stones' his time is up at the club. And Bournemouth, far post to Savinho. Back down to Haaland. Oh, what a chance that was. Somehow we didn't score again. What a ball by Bournemouth. Rodri. And City counter. And then Bournemouth through to Haaland here. And Haaland gets the right side defender. Haaland to finish the game off. He puts it wide. The final kick of the game. We win by 2-1, but Erling Haaland's had a bit of a shocker there. It's Brian Bournemouth who scores the winner. So 38.5 million well spent because we get 3 points against Chelsea because of him. But not a convincing win by any means. Final game of today's episode will be Bournemouth away. We've had a bit of transfer action, so that's made it a little bit longer. You can see here we're in second place, but we can finally get a bit of grip on the title race and go 2 points clear of Spurs, who drop points with a 2-2 draw against Thomas Frank's Brentford. A win for Manchester City will put us 2 points clear of Spurs, Arsenal and Liverpool out of the title race now. It is us versus Spurs, I think, in the final 11 games of the season. We've got 12 left, but I do think this is going to be our title again for a 6th season in a row if we keep this up. Bournemouth away to finish the episode. Bournemouth, who sit in 12th place at the Premier League table. Down at the bottom are Leeds, Sheffield and Southampton. This is sign for Bournemouth today with a few changes in the City side. The back line has changed completely with Ake and John Stones coming in unhappy with their game time. Rodri partners Maximo Piron in the midfield too. Savinho, our creative maestro on the right. Doku on the left, and Echeverri is back from suspension alongside Haaland and Oscar Bob in there today. And Bournemouth, despite scoring against Chelsea, drops to the bench. Well, the win away at the Vitality Stadium today will put Manchester City 2 points clear top of the Premier League table going into the final 11 games of the Premier League season. But a win here today to do that. If we lose today, we stay behind Spurs by 1 point. If we draw today, we stay level with Spurs on 62 points, I think it could be. But this Seriala's lineup for his Bournemouth side, starting with the goalkeeper. In goal starts Neto. It is a back four of Araujo, Hill, Mepham and Josh Wilson-Esbrand. Adams and Cook in the midfield too, with Kluivert, Correa and Tavernier partnering in the midfield with a Van Lessen up top, Unal, Favre and some other players on the bench. In support, he play more centrally under Pep Guardiola now. Maximo Piron. Oh, big challenge on him by Captain Cook. It's a late one on the young Argentinian, and it's got to be a yellow card for Lewis Cook here. And there is some concerns around Maximo Piron. It's a early yellow card for Lewis Cook. I think there's no complaints about that one. Swift feet from Piron, he goes flying in. Maximo Piron into Rodri. He sees Echeverri, bit of space for Claudio. And he puts the ball through to Savinho, not once, but he gets the second attempt at Savinho. Savinho! Oh, big save by Neto. Behind for a corner. Great chance for Savinho. Corner ball. Haaland leaves it. Ake on the volley off the line. Back to Ake and cleared away. Tavernier took it off him. Oh, great pressing by Piron, however. And a ball through to Haaland here. And Erling Haaland is in for 1-0. And Maximo Piron really is a quality player. I think him and Rico Lewis as central midfielders, they are going to be the future of this side. Varela and Roger the whole midfield. But again, Piron, look at that. Pocket pick to Tyler Adams. What a ball through to Haaland. And he's just allowed him to take his time in finishing it. Haaland does get a goal for himself in today's episode. And he's brilliant from Maximo Piron. Really, really top midfielder. Only 79 rated, but plays a lot higher. Oh, easy flick on here. Kluivert is in. Kluivert, good skill. Decides not to shoot. Stones is there, and it's Edison beating at his near post for 1-1. Well, the clean sheets have gone out of this side. I mean, this is terrible defending here. Again. John Stones and Akanji. Edison beating at his near post, 1-1. Not good enough for Manchester City. Not good enough. Bob. Doku. Jeremy Doku! And a good save by Neto. I could have got a bit further into the box there, I think. Corner ball. Rodri over it. Swung in. Ake against his former side. Save by the keeper. John Stones on the rebound. John Stones! Drags his shot wide. Rodri in there and away from him. Goal scorer Tavernier. Half time, 1-1 with Bournemouth. And I'm disappointed in the side, to say the least. Down to Piron. Wide to Doku. Against Araujo. Oh, he's done him. And through to Haaland here. We'll get for his second of the game here. Erling Haaland makes it 2-1 Manchester City. Good play from Doku. He's becoming quite the provider on that left-hand side. And Haaland gets his second of the game, 2-1 Manchester City. Good ball through, and Haaland, when he gets in this position, you know he's not going to miss it. I mean, Doku did well to beat Araujo. City catch Bournemouth in the transition. But quiet from Echeverri today. Very quiet from the young man in midfield. Wrong side of Tavernier. The goal scorer is looking to make it 2-2 here. Manu Akanji makes a challenge there. Akanji's already on a yellow card. Manu Akanji, he thought he could win it. I thought he had won it. But he's already on a yellow card. It's a straight red this time, is it? Second yellow card. Akanji is off. Don't hit it. Do pull it back. I think it's his own player, that one, Bournemouth. Lining it up. Oh, great ball through here. Tavernier at the near post again. He cracks the post. Pirot. Echivede! Oh, the near post. Great save by the keeper. The young man scores there. It's game. Finds Maximo Pirone. Maximo Pirone! Saved by the keeper. Another corner. And push him. Just can't get that goal. Rodri. Oh, waiting. How's there? It's Vardiol. Blocked away again. Good strength by Vardiol here. Some support needed. Comes in Bournemouth. Rodri. Over top, and Bournemouth is there. And Neto reads it. Well played again. And Bournemouth. Pirone. And Bournemouth. Oh, and a tackle at the end by Bournemouth. Nice to that ball coming forward, which they do get it forward towards Vardiol. That is full time. We end this episode with a big 2-1 win over Bournemouth on 10 men. And that puts us 2 points clear of the Premier League table. It's fully deserved. We've fully worked for it. And that is a massive result for Manchester City. 3 points will take us into a good position going to the next episode. Thanks for watching. Please like the video if you haven't already. Please do subscribe to the channel if you are new. What do you think of our new signing? Let us know in the comments down below. And we'll see you guys next time.